Can I get a good joint? How we doing? Yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Made some strides on the AI side. How we doing, Lions? How we doing? RTH! Yeah, remember R2D2 that I'm gonna always let my shorts get round tripped unless we go to like 105, 104. Yeah, because I didn't TP or shave any of my longs, including the long from 104 from last week. So if I'm not going to TP any of my longs, I have to keep the short running unless I get stopped out. So the only way that I'm really going to get stopped out on the short is if I just get round tripped completely. Yeah, but there's a clip that Azaz has where I was like, let it just bing bong ding dong. And then when we open, clean, and then go. So my higher time frame plans will never change. But if you want to scalp short, like bearish retest of settlement into value area low, if you want to try to scalp long and SFP, there's always going to be attempts to be had. There you go, Azaz. Looking at is okay around in the zone again, and then tomorrow we actually get the clean sweep. So that was from Monday. So fuck around, clean sweep. Like that, there's a chance that we might just crab around in the zone again, and then tomorrow we actually get the clean sweep. So far so good. Alrighty, R2D2. Depending on specific contract involves determining. Oh, there you go. So CME Group uses daily settlement price to mark traders' positions to market, determining their daily profit or loss. So I mean, it's like a daily close, I guess. But it's the price where CME says, hey, this is the ending price. I understand kind of what it is, but how we take it and apply it. Sure. So it's, so I have the May marked out as we always do, the 110025. And then I'm already getting ready for the June contract because there's only a couple days left. Most people are already trading June contracts. So this is the last couple days is always when you'll see me adjusting on and off the contract. Okay, because most people are trading on the June contract. So you might want to adjust to take account for the volume and the start of the contract. And then we usually will turn off the adjustment towards the beginning of the month. So you can turn it on and off. But consider it like a daily open. So it's a great place for like a bullish or a bearish retest. Yesterday we had a bullish retest. This was like pixel perfect settlement. So it's another level of interest where you would want to, maybe if you're depending on if you're bullish or bearish, you would want it to be support or resistance. Why do I have all these screenshots? Big Chef says that makes it a whole lot easier to understand. Yeah, it's basically like daily open, daily close, but settlement clearly is going to have like a agreed upon basically settlement. So, you know, it's for them to say this is where we settled. So if you're below it, you're fucked. If you're above it, you're good. If you're long, if you're bearish, you know, if you're below that settlement amount, you're good. If above it, you're fucked. So it's the official settlement. Let's go, Lions! Sophia, how you doing, Sophia? Borjomi Nikita says, Kimba, we go to 112 from 105 or 107? Maybe. Yes, make sure that you're here when we're bouncing off of 105 or 107 so I can give you an answer. Shout out Azaz, let's go. AIM Talk says, what's the website for futures? CME, brother, it's just CME. The official Bugatti. Let me check open interest real quick. Yeah, I mean, everything is moving to June contracts. We might as well just use the June settlement, to be honest. Let's see. Kyria says, Kimba, I got a question. How do you properly identify the day's market bias? You can't. You can't. You need to be prepared for both biases and manage risk. What are the key signals that tell you it's time to switch it? Basically, Kyria, what you need to know is you need to know everything. And then be able to figure out what you're supposed to use when. Yeah, so anything in life, Kyria, like you need to comprehensively know everything, right? It would be like trying to ask a lawyer, how do you properly identify the opponent's strategy? It's like you can't anticipate what they're going to do. You need to be prepared for everything. What if they pull this person on the stand? What if they go with this strategy? What if they go with this? You got to be prepared for everything. So what I would do, Kyria, is take the next couple of years and learn everything. And then with enough sample size and experience, you're going to be able to start to understand when you should use something. When should you look at open interest? When should you look at CVD? When should you look at S&P confluence? Basically, the data is going to tell you what the bias is. There's been plenty of times when we were in a really amazing short, and then we were watching this, and it was juicing us, and it went like this, and then we noticed, oh my God, $100 million in shorts just opened at the bottom. This is going back up to squeeze all those idiots. But we can't predict that somebody is going to open $100 million in bottom shorts right there. So you need to be able to understand that, okay, it's a swing fail. We might want to look at open interest. Oh, fuck. When we look at open interest, the data says it's bullish. No, there's no preparing us or predicting that somebody is going to bottom short right there. Make sense? So you need to know how to interpret all the data, and then you have to be opportunistic and say, based off of everything that I have access to, I can see that there's this, and this edge. But you cannot, there's no way that we can predict there's going to be a CVD bullish divergence. There's no way that we can predict that all the longers that are underwater are going to get stopped out. There's no way that we can predict that there's going to be aggressive shorts that open at the bottom. There's no way that we can predict that S&P order flow is going to start to become bullish or bearish. So you need to be able to not only identify levels where you might be able to say, hey, I need to look at the data. You need to actually know how to read the data. But the data is what's going to tell you, hey, bro, this is not as bearish as you thought. Or, hey, bro, this is not as bullish as you thought. And that's when you have to be objective and take it for what it is. And with good stop loss and risk management, you should be able to put yourself in a position where you're always taking shots, where you're not risking anything. But yeah, like there's no way that we can say, for example, that this was going to bounce off of the golden pocket. You know what I mean? But we know that if it is bearish, you don't want to bounce off of golden pocket. So first attempt is okay, clean, you want to preserve that, because if you go above that, then clearly it's going to be a sweep. So if this is going to hold, you do not want to go above that. If it doesn't go above that, then this is when you expect it to nuke. And then that's the short that you want to take, and that's your invalidation. But I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen. This is one of the millions of different things that could happen, right? If this isn't going to hold right here, then what we want is for it to nuke right now. And then that's your entry. That's your invalidation. So preparation, basically, like I'm prepared for whatever it wants to do. If it doesn't hold here, then that's fine. If it does hold here, that's also fine for me too. But it's step by step. So if it really is bullish and it's going to hold here, it's going to get above here, and it's going to get above this golden pocket and turn into support. Just because it bounces off of here, if it can't change structure, then it did not confirm as support. It didn't confirm that this is turned into support if it can't change the structure. So if it goes up, if it's a lower high, and if it goes back down, then that's the easy short that you have. If it goes above, then that's the long, or you close your short. How we doing, Mad Lettuce? Let's get it. JV, let's get it. Takeshima says, if your got stopped at golden, would you re-short or wait 105, 112? Say what? Fuck did you just say? So first things first, Takeshima-san. Takeshima-san, did you rewind the stream and watch from the beginning of today? Because I explained, I have 5 different exchanges, 6 actually, with the same exact entry except for one. And I said where I would stop out and profit for 3 of them. But you know what my entry is, right? Average wise. I don't know if you're talking about if you get stopped out here, that's wrong. I'm not gonna get stopped out here. I'm assuming you're talking about from here to here, golden pocket. Is that so? You're asking me if I get stopped out here at this golden pocket? You're not asking me if I get stopped out here, right? This is where a lot of people are thinking about taking the short. I hope you understand that. 886 618. So this is the most probable, but look at the way that the candles are closing and structure. 1, 2, 3. Looks like a rounded top to me. And honestly, I think it depends on S&P. I've been tripping about S&P all day about, are we going to stay below VWAP? Are we going to stay below this red line? So, Paul, were you here like a couple days ago when we were kind of fucking around but kind of serious, and we were talking about maybe we get the 104, 105 tomorrow on GDP initial move is a debate. We just kind of slowly bleed all the way through like 106 overnight. And then markets open, pa-pink. Paul says, trying to find the box to have your mind. What box? I'll tell you right now. Yeah, that's all that is. I think better than the golden pocket of the entire range. I think this is better. So this is CME. So this. So there's a chance of bank. And then what I would really like to see is that get tapped. And then if you do some shit like that, kind of end up with that. You see where the point of control is? So that's it, Paul. These are all the levels, really. And it'll depend on structure, and I think it'll depend on data. And just like how you kind of saw today, brother, we never know when people are going to enter and at what price and in what direction. So it's all of these are like pivots. All of these could be structure. You never know. You don't know when the longs are going to get stopped out. You don't know when the shorts are going to bottom short. It can go pretty low and hold hidden CVD bull div. Yeah, I mean, you can't even So if you want to screenshot that, Paul says, would love a tap of the single print on CME and the sweep on Coinbase at 104.2 with some short trapped or a trident into the zone. But hey, we never know. We wait datas. Yes, that's exactly what I would like, Paul. And maybe if you wanted to, Paul, if it does that, what does it look like on S&P? So let's go to 30-minute. Now do the same thing on S&P. So do the same thing on S&P. And pretend these are 5-minute candles. So dink, 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 dink. Change structure, change, now different structure. Now we're changing. So if you're thinking about like context, and then maybe this comes into play. But here's the thing, this isn't going to happen tomorrow. By tomorrow, that's why I was so excited for this fucker, and then it fucking went nope. Oh my God. We really should have been here at the end of the day. They have 26 minutes to fucking drop it 40 points. Anything is possible, I guess. It really would have been just so much nicer to not waste time on that bullshit. But there must have been like liquidity to clean out before. But now we're way too fucking far to even talk about something like that. So I guess here, maybe you're going to start to think about here and here. Oh, NVIDIA, what the fuck is wrong with you? Here we go. Oh, AI taking over the trades and the markets. Cut choice, Skynet enabled. Oh, I don't even want to look at fucking, yeah, I do. I want to look at NASDAQ. Let's look at NASDAQ. Is it a car wreck? What the fuck did that motherfucker Jensen say? Jensen Wong. He said, we are going to take over, yes. Oh, quit playing with me. Yo, what's this goofy ass shit that I drew? Pop bank. Oh, oh, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oman says, weren't you looking to buying NVIDIA spot? I have $2 million worth of NVIDIA spot. But it's testnet. Happy Wednesday, brother. You ready for tomorrow? GDP? Initial debate move? What do you think? WizTard, at this rate, we need another 4 weeks for that 105. WizTard. Be patient. It is what it is. Who knows? Maybe we don't get 104, 105 tomorrow, and it does take a week to get to 105. But it is what it is, you know? It's not that the markets are slow. It might be that there's hella fucking shorters that are coming in a little bit too early, and they need to get stopped out before it goes to 104, 105. And we're not in control of that. So... But yeah, I mean, WizTard, you don't necessarily need to be staring at this shit, you know? Set an alert for 105.6, 105.7, whatever level that you think is appropriate. You know, whatever you think is, you want to, you know, this is where you want to be alerted, so you're going to be ready to have enough time to prepare for the long if you want to take it. You know, and if you want to set an alert for 108 on CME, and then just go walk away, or, you know, we could look at altcoins, or you could look at altcoins, or take a look at S&P. Yeah, but you definitely don't need to be staring at the Bitcoin charts. It will come when it comes. WizTard says, I have orders from 104, 105. Okay, so that's also dangerous. Remember that we don't long random levels. There's nothing that tells you 104, 105 is a good long right now. You know that, right? And if there's enough of you, WizTard, it's going to nuke through 104, 105 and wreck you. So it's always better to not be the first guy down the zombie-infested hallway. Have you ever watched those zombie movies where there's always some overconfident guy that wants to walk down first? Dude, if you want to walk first, be my guest. Even with stop loss, I mean, there's no right or wrong, right? But the idea, WizTard, is like, for example, there's 3 reasons why I would long WizTard. One is the open interest looks good. So either a bunch of longs get stopped out, or there's a whole bunch of shorts that enter, right? I'm only going to long if there's CVD hidden bull div. So that means that it's going to be a higher low, right? That's the golden pocket that we talked about. So from that pivot point, it better be a fucking lower low on CVD, right? I'm only going to take it if it's a structural edge, as in 3 drives, trident, or a swing fail pattern. So the 3 things that would make me take a long at 104, 105, I have not seen yet. I can anticipate, but, you know, I would never put blind limits. That's now, if you have an alert at 105, 104, 105.4, and it's doing this, and you get your alert, and you do see right here, as the price is about to enter, you do see the hidden bull div, you see the longs getting squeezed out, you see a bunch of shorts coming in, and all you need is a hidden swing fail, or a swing fail pattern with a hidden bull div. Then you might be thinking to yourself, once it does this and it does this, I'm going to start putting, you know, limits and try to get filled all the way through here. You know, there's no right or wrong, but if you're going to put blind limits, and if it's doing this and you have no data and you still have blind limits and this happens, I mean, that's on you. If it comes down here and there's none of the edge that I said that I need to take a long is there, you can't be mad at me and when I tell you I didn't take the long. Why would I take the long if the 3 edges that I said I would need never showed up? Would that be fair, WizTard? That would be fair, right? Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with putting blind limits in, but you also have to understand what you're risking. And I haven't seen, how can I? We're not there yet, so I haven't seen any structural edge. I don't know if the hidden CVD bull div is going to hold, and I don't know if the longs are going to get stopped out and if the shorts are going to open down there, because I can't predict the future. What I do know is there's a bunch of people that shorted the bottom, and they were in profit for a little bit, but guess what? Now they're underwater. And I know that CME made a lower low, so there is a chance during this Macaulay Culkin moment in, you know, for the next 45 minutes that they could go up there and grab that thing. Yep. So if it looks like it's good, then you're most certainly welcome to put blind limits in, but we're pretty far away from there to really know how much edge you really have. And the other thing too, WizTard, is there's going to be questions that I would have for you, like, well, are you going to, like, let's say, for example, it does this. The fuck? And then RTH is about to open. You know that I'm going to be thinking entry, stop loss. So I think even things like when it does it plays a big factor, don't you think? If you get filled here and it just leaves the shittiest low in the fucking world, and RTH is about to open, do you understand that there's a good chance that it could clean it? So those are all the things that I would just want you to be prepared and be thinking about, but never ever let me discourage you from taking a long or a short that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into and prepping for. Okay, WizTard, because you could never say anything to me that would make me like flip-flop, you know? Like if I did my homework and I'm prepared for it and I'm okay to risk what I'm risking and I lose it and I'm okay with that, then it doesn't matter what anybody else says, right? So please never let me contaminate your hard work, TA. Roger that? All right, you guys excited for the switch? Here we go. Give it up for Houston and Cage. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow for pre-market GDP 15-second alpha TA. But it's probably going to either be talking about some sort of SFP short or 104, 105. Maybe. So let's just... Oh, it's okay. I'll grab it in a second. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. And then let's send it over to Houston and Cage. Love you guys. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Peace, everybody. Ka-chaya!